Hello readers! It's April 25th and I've been trying to start this vlog for quite some time now. I was really hoping to start the Grishaverse trilogy prior to the show coming out. At this point, I am 4 episodes deep. My husband, who has read them, mentioned that quite some things have been changed so that reading the books would still be a completely different experience, and I should go ahead and do that. So here we are, kicking things off. This is a vlog for Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and I normally track my reading in my bullet journal by splitting things up into 10% increments. So that's how I'm going to try to update you, like every 10%. Or if something like really stands out to me, I may record a clip, but hope you'll stick around. Hope you're not tired of watching these Shadow and Bone vlogs. Hope you're enjoying the show. I hope I can add to the conversation. It is now Sunday, May 16th. It's been a little while since I picked up the camera to start vlogging. I'm about, I feel like, halfway through the book. Probably should have updated at a different point. But one of the things that I'm concerned about is that I've just been hearing so much about Shadow and Bone, maybe like the whole trilogy, honestly. And, you know, whether people are giving it just like middle of the road ratings, you know, that it's okay, or that they really disliked it. I don't want that to happen to me, obviously. Right now I am enjoying it. I did enjoy the show, and I'm not understanding what people's beef is with Mal. I can kind of see maybe where people liked the Darkling, but for the most part, I am enjoying the book. I'm actually liking her writing more here, her writing being Leigh Bardugo's writing. I haven't read too much by her, but I did read Ninth House, and I had a hard time getting into it. Eventually, you know, I loved it by the end, but I had to read the first couple of chapters several times. I think her writing gets much more flowery later on and more lyrical, but I'm kind of okay with the fact that it's not so much right now. It feels a little bit easier to read to me, and I may be in the minority here because I know a lot of people have talked about how much her writing has improved in, you know, Six of Crows and later books and stuff like that. So I don't know. It is May 18th and I have reached, let me see, chapter 15 last night. That's what I got up to last night. And basically it's like right after Alina's interaction with Mal at the castle, and it's hard for me to separate what I would have felt as a reader reading this, having no prior knowledge of the story or the characters, and me right now who's already watched the show. But I am kind of understanding a little bit more why people were disliking Mal, because in this story, you are in Alina's head, so you're getting her perspective the entire time. And you haven't seen Mal in a while, and then he comes out of nowhere and he's very angry as he approaches her. He seems very jealous. There's just a lot of negative emotions that he's experiencing, obviously because he cares about her, right? But you don't get to see the build up to that. You don't get to see in this story, you don't get to see what he was going through, what he was doing leading up to that moment in the castle. So I think I get that a little bit more. She's also now at this point, like, things have kind of happened between her and the Darkling, and she's feeling things. She feels attracted to him. You know, she isn't really sure what she's feeling, just that someone is looking at her and treating her in a way that I guess Mal hasn't, right? Because Mal was like really her friend, and he never really expressed his attraction to her, whereas the Darkling is not really doing much to hide it. I think I'm liking Alina's exchanges and the time that she spends with Baghra, and Baghra's kind of like no nonsense, like, get your shit together, you need to develop this power, we're all counting on you, kind of a thing. And you know, she's kind of snarky, also has like no patience. She's just this old lady who's just like, are you daydreaming about the Darkling again? Come on, let's go. And I think she's a pretty interesting character. And then there's also Genya, who Alina is like getting really close to, and you know, it seems like Genya has experienced some unfortunate things at the hands of the king. but they are developing this closeness, which is nice, because I feel like Alina needs a friend at the castle. But I really like the moment they just had where Alina is kind of confessing, you know, her feelings about the Darkling, that something's going on, and Jenya's like, yeah, duh, we all feel that way, we all feel that attraction. And then I think Alina was getting like really insecure, and she was like, have you done anything with him? And she was just like, no, but I would. I know that there are places in this story where the show deviated from the books. I don't know exactly where those places are, but I'm hoping to come across them relatively soon. If there was like some really minor details that have been changed, I haven't picked up on those too much. Right now it kind of feels like a pretty solid adaptation that I watched, and you know, they're lining up pretty well. The closer I get to the end of this book, I guess we'll see. I am still enjoying it, so you know, I feel like if I rated it anything right now, it would be closer to a 4 than the middle of the road 3 that a lot of people have been giving it. But I guess we'll see what happens. I still have quite a few chapters left. This may or may not be a good thing for me. I don't know who you guys were picturing as the Darkling previously. If you like fan casted him as somebody specific, let me know in the comments below. I'm kind of curious, because at this point the Darkling will forever be Ben Barnes to me, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, I didn't get to dream him up as anybody else. Okay, so I have finished Shadow and Bone. I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 days ago. It ended relatively similar to the show. And I know that I said that there wasn't much difference between the show and the book, and I still feel that in regards to the Shadow and Bone aspect, but of course it's completely different in regards to how they wove in the Six of Crows characters, and I think they changed a lot on the Six of Crows end. I don't know for sure because I haven't read the books yet, but so the ending was pretty similar. There wasn't anything too unexpected there for me. What I do want to say, though, is that Mal was a man of few words throughout the book, it felt like. But there was an addition added to the copy of Shadow and Bone that I have, where it was a letter that Mal had written to Alina. My dog is playing with all sorts of toys right now, and I have a teenager that's playing video games and streaming and screaming at the top of his lungs, so I apologize for all of that. I'll try to cut it out if I can. But so yeah, so Mal was a man of a few words, and I have a copy of Shadow and Bone that includes the letter that Mal wrote to Alina, and it was so beautiful and poetic, and like prior to reading that letter, I was a little bit indifferent to Mal, but that letter was just so good. Really, all I could say at this point is that I'm very eager to check out the next book. So yeah, I'll get to experience all that, you know, just brand new. And the other thing that I want to say is that I actually encouraged my husband to read the trilogy before the show came out, because I wanted him to be excited about watching the show with me. And he kind of ran away with it. He read the whole trilogy, he read the duology after that, and I think right now he's in the process of reading King of Scars. And so I thought it might be cool to kind of do a video with him where we're talking about the show and the books, just to kind of get his perspective, and because I think he really enjoyed it. So I thought that would be interesting. So be on the lookout for a video with me and him, me and BookTube hubby. That will be happening soon. Anyway, thanks for still being here. Thanks for watching this. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.